Thank you, Candace. That really took us through the field of wildflowers. As I always say, I was a wildflower in my youth until my husband tamed me. So I am thrilled to introduce our next poet, Bernice. Bernice is well known in the community and most of the provinces in British Columbia. She is a World Poet Lifetime Achievement Award winner. She's an author of many, many books, a teacher, an editor, and a mentor. And I am glad to call her friend. So let's welcome Bernice.
Thank you, and Ariadne and all the world peace poets, because I just think it's a great work to be sending out messages of acceptance and compassion around the world when we get so many dreadful messages every day in the news headlines. I'm glad Candace shared all those lovely flowers with us, because I didn't choose flowers today for my poems, even though I love those smart aleck little dandelions that stand up proud and are yellow all along the roadsides. Small acts. It's an unexpected kindness. A wooden door, stained glass decor, opening to his tentative rap. That accepting, always curious gaze, with its smiling, yes. His standing on one foot and then its sandaled mate, on her weathered wide veranda, wondering where to begin. And then yes, gasping, hopefully, I want to measure your house. His blue eyes bright with yearning to build a similar house for his own creative space. His eyes tearful now, telling me this all so many years later. Iona Elizabeth McIntyre, welcoming. Yes, come in. One Bowen Island artist sharing with another. Sometimes we get overwhelmed and don't pay attention to those nice little acts that are going on around us. I'm going to read two poems about water, because I was commissioned to write a poem about words on water for a festival, and slaved over it for a month worrying about it, and ended up with 4 of them, and I'm not going to read the big long one that they took. The first one is water boundaries. Seashore and lakeside waters, never still, never a pattern repeating, always calm, even inspired many a writer. Knowing the water cycle data, writers dream about who shared this handful, this now sliding easily between fingers, of who swam in these clear molecules near Miami, or licked some as Japanese raindrops, or showered in waterfalls in Nepal, or swallowed others in Scotch whiskey, water as mixer neat, never sans ice. This basic stuff of our bodies were mostly all water, this ever-circling, globe-wide fluid. It's the birthplace of our life forms that began as one-cell beings 1 trillion million eons ago. Now, this worldwide ocean, with drops that were once drunk by cavemen, and as each atom of water gets recycled by each generation, except for those few drops left on the moon by that NASA crew, is indivisible. It's one shared world resource, one resource. The other one probably involves you more than worrying about who drank that bottle of water last. or even 100 years ago in another country. It's called Waves of Water. We too, writers, swim in waves of words, maybe tasting shapes, singing tones of syllables, waiting for this sea of inspiration, a splashing mermaid muse, to cough up that thrilling first heard new phrase, that shimmering discovered line, our own born artifice. May our words not sink in water, into the bottom sludge, burying beds of offal, or even be shredded and disemboweled on smashing waves or jagged rocks, but float enticingly around the globe, forever being savored and recalled by mouths that we will never taste, nor hear their words in return. May our words float off our proud printed pages and often sail from our wet tongues, but we dream of frozen words, crystalline as ice, our creations frozen in time, etched in glass, beyond editing. May our watered words find awaiting and many arid hearts, becoming readers a century or two hence. Thank you.